This is day 9 of chatting with ChatGPT. So today I'm gonna learn about logical communication. Hey ChatGPT, I am training myself on logical thinking and communication. Can you help me with that by give me feedback based on my answer and just have a quick ping pong chat?
Sure, I'd be happy to help. What topic would you like to start with?
Let's just start with the communication itself. How do you know if a person is communication well and logical?
A person is communicating well and logically if they present their ideas clearly, stay on topic, and provide structured, relevant information. They also listen carefully and respond thoughtfully. How do you usually approach structuring your thoughts?
I usually rambling if I didn't organize my thought when giving my answer. But I also like organizing thoughts because I have an urge to answer right away without thinking clearly because I am not familiar with the pauses. So is that okay?
It's perfectly fine to take a moment to organize your thoughts before responding. Pausing can actually help you give more structured and clear answers. With practice, it will feel more natural. Would you like to practice structuring your answers now?
Yes, absolutely.
Great. Let's start with a question. How would you explain a complex technical concept to someone without a technical background? Take a moment to organize your thoughts before answering.
Okay, so I'm gonna split it in three steps. First, um, I got I got to know what the scope of the content I would deliver. Second, I would want to know the context, the background of the listener, and third, I'm gonna link between what the listener already have with the concept that I want to deliver to get them to to understand about what I'm trying to say.
That's a solid approach. Breaking it into three steps, knowing your content, understanding your audience, and connecting the dots for them, can really help make complex ideas accessible. Well done. Would you like to try another question?
Yes, please do.
All right. How would you handle a situation where a project you're leading faces unexpected delays? Remember to structure your response.
Okay, so delay happens all the time, and so
Absolutely.
yeah, so basically i'm gonna uh I'm gonna have two step I mean two choices here. First, we should estimate the the scope of the delay. And so for example, um why it should delay is based on some source problem, or is based on our own problem, so that we can do the final step is that after estimate and evaluate the delay, we can make an action to actually work our work our best to adapt with the delay, or we just let it slip and we're gonna apply those delay into the next release. So two step, evaluation and take an action based on the scenario.
That's a strong, structured response. Evaluating the cause and impact of the delay, then taking appropriate action shows clear, logical thinking. Great job. Ready for another question?
100%.
Awesome. How would you approach explaining the benefits of using a new technology or tool to your team? Think about how you'd structure your explanation.
To to bring in any new technology or new concept or new thing. First, I would do a quick POC to get the benchmark between the current and the uh, new approach. And with doing those POCs, I'm gonna have the pros and cons of the new technique. So second, I'm gonna bring that to the team and present about it. And and finally, after all the people on the team get the idea, I might want to do the pilot phase for about 1 to 2 weeks so that everyone can have a practical experience with using those new tools, and can have the evaluations themselves.
That's a thorough plan. Is a great way to give the team hands on experience and gather feedback. Nicely structured. Would you like to continue practicing?
Absolutely.
Great. Let's try another one. How would you handle a disagreement with a colleague on the best approach for solving a technical problem?
Okay, to handle the complex I mean the conflict between me and my colleagues. First, I should know about the context. I would want to know uh, the the different side. Why did they think of this, and what is their point? What is their reasons? So by knowing the context, the reasons behind their words, I'm gonna you know um, I'm gonna compare between what I know with what they know. So and and they might not always be right or wrong. They may be just suitable or not. So sometimes it's suitable, but sometimes it's don't. So if uh, I can explain to the colleagues, or I can admit that I was not, my solution was not appropriate, there will be one way to there will so we will get into one decision. And if me and the colleagues still disagree, we couldn't agree to disagree, and we have to deal with each other. That's when I'm gonna bring in the leader and let him decide who has the better idea. So that basically 3 steps that I'm gonna apply uh, for resolving conflicts.
That's a well thought out approach. Understanding the other perspective and being open to finding the best solution is key. Involving a leader when necessary can help in making a final decision. Great job. Would you like to try another scenario?
100%.
Awesome. How would you explain the value of data driven decision making to someone who relies solely on intuition?
I think my approach would be, first I'm gonna use an example. So for example, mm, I'm gonna go with some typical one here. So first, for example, in a room of 30 people, how do you think the possibility the of the two person with the same birthday is less or more than 50%? So if we think about the intuition, in terms of intuition, we might think that they are the possibility might be probability might be really really lower than 50%. But if we do the math and use the data, it will be much more than 50%. So that's just one wake up call or one wide open scenario to explain those to the one who's still leans to experience instead of looking at the data. So one step only.
That's an excellent example. Using relatable scenarios can effectively illustrate the value of data driven decision making. Well done. Would you like to practice another scenario or question?
I think I have time for the final question.
Sure, let's dive into the last one. How would you handle a situation where you disagree with a decision made by your manager? It's
Okay, so if a manager give me a decision that I disagree, first I would want to know why, the context, the thought process, the why behind those decisions. Because if I accept or disagree with that decision right away without knowing the why, it will be much more like uh, it's not rational. So first, I must know the why by talking directly with the manager is the best. And if the manager you know didn't want to tell me, it's a whole different story, because now I don't know the why. I I still think that the decision is not okay. So that bring me to the step two: explain my thought process and my solution, my alternative. So with or without knowing the why, I will prepare some data points to feedback with the manager that okay, here's a good part that I agree with you, but here some thing that you should be more considerate. So and after I clear my point, um, finally, essentially, we have to work with each other to know if there is something wrong with my reasons or something wrong with his reasons, and make a final decisions. So that basically three steps that I would approach my manager. Be deciding on something that I disagree on.
That's a thoughtful and respectful approach, seeking to understand the reasoning first and then clearly presenting your perspective with data points shows a constructive mindset. Great job. How do you feel about your progress?
I think by clearing out the point, it get me organize my thought better, and I think I have to practice this more with both my thinking and my speaking to articulate my thoughts more clearly. So, thank you for guiding me.
You're doing great. Practice definitely helps with both thinking and speaking clearly. I'm always here if you want to practice more. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you very much. Goodbye.